And as I danced, I stopped feeling my phone in my pocket. That's when I realized that I had just lost it and I never found it again. Now, at that time, I had been doing videography for maybe a year and I had done some gigs. I had some clients, but I had no stable income because I was pretty new and I was so young. Well, I need to sell one video to one client and then I'll be able to buy a new phone. And that's what I wanted to do. The thing is that for me, what I did when I was 18, I shot music videos because that's what I began with. There were no big artists. There wasn't really a need for music videos. So that's why I didn't really shoot a lot of them. This is before Instagram Reels were a thing. Like they existed back then, but they weren't as popular. I remember as I tried to connect with more people, I went to this place and that place and that place. Eventually, I found a pizza place that accepted my video offer. And my video offer was an offer of an Instagram Reel for 200 euros. As I talked to the guy and I talked to him, his wife was there. We were sitting at this table. We talked. And I was like, I can make viral videos on Instagram with my camera. I'm really good. I've got this, I've got that. Look at how many views this got. Look at that. Beautiful. One of the things that helped me close the deal that night was the fact that I told him I am a colorist. Now, if you don't know me, I'm Giuseppe. I'm talking to you that you're watching the video. I'm Giuseppe. And I started out, as you can see, as a broke videographer. Eventually, I really, for real, became a remote colorist, which is what I am today. In this video, I'll tell you exactly how to get better paying clients and how I did the same for my videography business as years went by. So, what you need to understand is this. Clients do not pay for a video. They pay for what the video gives them. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. Now that I'm gonna say it, you're going to realize, yeah, this Giuseppe guy, he's actually like on point, like he knows what he's talking about. But that's something that we lose track of when we sell our services. Because as videographers, when we go out of our way and we talk to a client or they want to know what our rate is, how much this costs and blah, 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 we think of it in terms of, I'm selling this type of video to them. The video looks like this, the video does this, it is shot this way. But really what all the client cares about is the result, because nobody buys a video from you to buy an MP4 file. I mean, now that I'm saying it, you're going to be like, yeah, of course, Giuseppe. I mean, am I stupid? Yeah, but we don't act like we know that, right? I mean, we kind of know it, but you don't implement that philosophy in your business. And that's why you're stuck with clients that don't pay you enough. I struggled with this for a long time. You know, like the story I just told you. It helped me close the deal, and I'm going to explain to you why and how you can do the same for your videos, but I didn't realize it at the time. This is something that I realized as time went on, because I wanted to earn more for my services, because I was good. I wanted to earn more, but I didn't know how, so that's when I studied this. So the thing is, serious clients don't buy a video file. I told you that. They buy results. If it's a wedding video, they buy the memory. They want to feel what they felt that day. It's not just recording. If you're one of those videographers who shoots weddings, you know that if you want to shoot a good wedding film, it's not just about documenting what's happening. It's not about it. It's about the fact that when the couple watches it again, they're going to live the moment as if they're living it for the first time again. That's the result that they are buying. Do you see how deep the mindset goes? So, when we shoot videos, how do you take better videos? Like, how do you make them actually? Well, you need to realize that your video needs to achieve its purpose because it needs to give the client the result that the client wants. So, a better video isn't just a video that, I don't know, is shot with a better lens. It's a video that achieves its purpose better. That's why you're struggling right now, because you're focusing on the wrong tasks. Me and you, I mean, we're nerds. You can talk to me all day about your new lens, your new sensor. If this camera is better than that camera, it's beautiful. I love it, man. We can talk about it, but the client doesn't care. So what should you do? How does it work? You need to understand that videos are not the end goal. They're the vehicle. And like, I understood this when I told you I shot music videos, and I was thinking, why do these broke rappers keep booking my music videos? These guys make no money off of music. They're probably gonna stop in 2 years' time. Why do they keep buying my fucking videos? Do you wanna know why? Eventually I found my answer. It was more about the way they look in the video and like their ego more than anything else. So if you book a music video and the guy pulls up and he's able to make you look all cool, and in the video, you know, you're right there and you're cool like that. I mean, it boosts your self-esteem, your ego. You show it to people. You're like, yeah, this is a music video where I'm in. Look at how cool I am. Look at my song. Look at this. So everybody, even if you don't understand it yet, everybody has got like the result that they want out of your video. You just gotta know what is it and how to make your video achieve it. People like creative people like ourselves, we're not usually that good with the business side of things because we think only about the creative stuff. But this is what's gonna help you push your business, like your videography business, to the moon. What you want your video to have is impact. If your video does not achieve the purpose, which is to have impact, you will just be the guy with a camera just like anybody else. That's the danger if you don't do this. Because you're not seen, at that point, you will not be seen as somebody that can level up your client's image, business, or I don't know, in the case of wedding, you can give them memories, whatever. You will never be seen as the professional who can achieve the result. You'll just be seen as the guy with the camera that, yeah, he can record stuff, he'll document what's happening, basically. And this, if you really think about it, this is all the difference that there is between, you know, the wedding example, between just documenting what's happening, just recording the wedding as it is, and storytelling, having you live kind of a movie, like a fairy tale. Do you understand that? So the question should now be, okay, Giuseppe, I got it. How do we have an impact on our client so that our client is happy, wants to book us again, and is willing to pay me more for the services that I'm offering? The way your video looks is the most visible and underrated factor that you can use to your advantage. Because listen, high-level gear isn't enough anymore. You know it. We're in 2025, bro. I mean, anybody can buy a Sony a7 III, a7 IV. Everybody's got a GH5, I don't know, whatever, a Canon, whatever. Everybody's got good enough gear. So that is not going to set you apart by itself. So the difference today between your videos and pros videos is how they look. But that look is not given by the gear that you use. It's actually given by the color grading. But we're not talking about any type of color grading because, again, anybody in 2025 knows how to download a lot from the internet and how to apply it to their footage. We're talking about the type of color grading, which is intentional color grading, that shapes the way you feel when you watch a video. I'll give you an example. If we are color grading a wedding video, so let's keep it going with that example. Would you want it to be over dramatic and, I don't know, teal and orange? Not necessarily. Teal and orange usually gets pushed to beginners because it's very easy to implement in every video. It's fucking easy, bro. But you wouldn't necessarily want it. If you think about it, why would we want a huge deal of contrast in something that needs to have us dream of this beautiful moment? Where actually, like, you'd want a soft, dreamy look with a different palette. Maybe you want pastel colors. I don't know, whatever. You get the point. So what you're missing right now is a look, a distinctive look that makes your video achieve its purpose. This is so important because if your videos look like everybody else's videos, you are replaceable. And that's how you lose clients. Instead, if you do the opposite, that will be the thing that will make you gain clients. I'll give you a personal story. So in the beginning, I was a videographer. I was the amateur, okay? I was surrounded by more experienced people, and I was the guy you called when you didn't really have a good budget and you wanted to say something. The more and more I wanted to become a colorist, as I learned color grading for my own videos, the more I tried to advertise it on my Instagram page. I was like, hey, look at the grade for this video and this video and this video. They were all videos of mine, but the way, like the angle from which I published my works was different now. Because I was having people look at the log, then Rec 709, then grade. So it's basically a progression, okay? How it looked then in camera, how it looks normalized, and how it looks when I put my hand on it, right? And I remember this transition. As soon as I started doing that, as soon as I showed people, as soon as I used that as an angle, I remember in the span of, I'll be honest with you, I think it was 3 to 4 months, I started getting clients that for the first time weren't booking me just because it was the cheapest option available. No, they were booking me because they were serious about the way that the video needed to look, and they needed somebody like me. Because listen, what are you going to do when a client asks you to get a particular look? What are you going to do if you are tasked to have a very emotional video? I have done videos that get complimented by my clients where you need to have this angle, like the video needs to impact them. Like there's really no other term. I'm trying to think of better terms, but I really don't have anything else that I can use to substitute that thing, basically. And the clients are never going to say to you, wow, the color grading is really good, because they don't know what it is. They're going to think that your camera did all the work. But me and you, we know that it's going to be your color grading. And I can assure you, this is what happened to me. You might be already thinking, okay, so what tutorial can I now go watch? Like Giuseppe, okay, you've convinced me, but I need to protect you. You don't need general color grading, because I disagree with most of the advice that's out there about color grading. You need what I call purpose-driven color grading. Basically, I'll tell you something that will make it click right now, right here. People, like most people, when they think of color grading, they think of color grading as making images, making things look beautiful or cinematic. This is actually a good trap. Like this is not a good trap. This is a big trap. This is a big trap because, as I say in my color grading essentials program, beautiful is subjective. An image can look amazing in 100 different ways. You kind of know this. Now that I'm saying it, you're like, oh shit, actually this guy is right. It's not about making the image look beautiful, but which look actually fits your story. That's what you should be focusing on, or the vibe that the client wants. I'll give you an example. You might be like, okay, Giuseppe, but I just need to, I don't know, make a music video like you did. Okay, I shoot music videos as well. Well, what kind of story is there? Well, what if my client wants just to have an ego boost, like you said happened with your clients? Well, to that, I'll reply to you telling that usually the look that I employed in that case, and the one that you might employ yourself, is bigger than reality look, where you have the colors that pop out of the screen and things are dramatic. So that would be a good example when you want things to really scream out of the screen. There is always a vibe to achieve, because remember, we're talking about the impact that your video has. So what you want to do is this. You have now realized that your video will get you paid more if it has a bigger impact on your client. That's when your client is actually going to come up to you and tell you the video is amazing. Like people tell you the video is amazing when the video works. I'll give you another story. So when I was younger and broke, I wanted to train MMA. Like, if you don't know me, I used to be an MMA fighter. I've had fights. I was fucking good. And I wanted to train MMA, and I went to my coach. It was like the third time I went there. I went to my coach and I told him, hey, I'm a videographer. I heard that you want to expand the James brand. Maybe you need my help. And he was like, fuck yeah, why didn't you tell me that before? I was like, And can we work out a deal? And I was like, sure, what kind of deal? I was like, I offer you my services for free in exchange for free training whenever I want at the gym, at the MMA gym. And that day we closed the deal. Now, the first thing he told me, do you know what that was? We needed to shoot a video, kind of highlight video of athletes fighting, basically. That was the video. And he showed me the video that different guys had done for him. It was a whole team. And it looked amazing. Bro, it looked amazing. I was there, like, broke videographer, camera in hand. Like, I was watching, I was like, what the fuck? If he doesn't like this video, like, it had all the cool transitions. It looked cool. It was like teal and orange vibe. It looked fucking well done. It had a good editing, sound design, sound mixing, all the good stuff, right? And I was like, wait, what is it that you don't like about this video? Because my heart was racing. I was afraid of just losing the client on day one, because maybe he was expecting some huge standard. He said something that I'll never forget. He told me, yeah, the video looks cool, but I can't understand what the fuck is happening, because there's no chronological order. Why was it important for him? So important that he was willing to trash the cool looking video in favor of another type of video that I could shoot for him. It was important because he wanted the video to advertise the kind of a promotion that he had. And he really valued a linear chronological structure in the video where you saw like the athletes, like the not so good athletes at the beginning and the better athletes at the end. So that was what really like he valued for the video. In the video I ended up shooting for him didn't have all the bells and whistles that the video that those guys had, like that those guys took. It didn't have all that, but it worked. So I kept training there for years and he became a big client of mine. So what you understand now is this. What I've taught you, and let's have a recap so that you can close the video and go home with something valuable that you learned today. You learned that to earn more, your video needs to have an impact. Every video needs to achieve a different purpose. Like the impact that the video has is going to be different based on what your video is doing. And the way your video looks plays at least 50% of the reason why you nail it or you don't nail it. I'll give you a quick example. If you are shooting a corporate video, well, if your colors are off, the skin looks weird, or I don't know, it's just weird looking, it's not going to give off those professional vibes that you want like the company to have, right? So your client is not going to be satisfied. So the way everything looks is important, but the way you want to learn color grading, because color grading is what gets you there basically, the way you want to learn color grading is very different from what you think. Because it's not just about making things look beautiful, it's about having the type of vibe that achieves your video's purpose. That's exactly what I teach in my color grading school. I teach you exactly how to manipulate your video, and it's aimed at videographers that want to make more money because of color grading. So if it's the first time on this channel, I'm a guy that likes to make color grading simple. Now the next step for you would be to check out the top link in the description or go watch some of the videos where I color grade live in front of the camera and see what my approach is like. So start to see if you like my approach. Is this guy legit? Do I like this guy's work? And start to see for yourself instead of having me talk about it. Remember, what you need is not the skill of making it look good. It's the skill of translating a mood into a look. God bless you.